Hey, what's up, guys? Hopping in, gonna play some Red Black Painter today. Been playing a little bit since after the bans and stuff. I kind of waited for a few things to settle down. I figured that you kind of get an eye for what's up. It takes a couple of weeks, maybe a week and a half. And not as to say that much changes, really, in my opinion. The biggest changes I can say, really, thus far are Wrath of the Skies decks, which never really have been like Wrath decks have never really been an issue since the age of time with like Terminus, more or less. Meltdowns, it's another Wrath, Supreme Verdict, things of that nature. But this card's pretty problematic just because it's hitting the Urza Sagas and their Furnaces, which the Furnaces are fine, but the Saga's kind of a pain in the butt, and that's fine. It just takes a little bit of tweaking. Play patterns have to change a little bit, and it adds to the gameplay a little bit. I think with the blue-white decks especially, really trying to hone in and really figure out what's going on and playing a slower game and adding to the board, like I said, in little bits, but also trying to provide value where you can, getting Phyrexian Dragon Engine. And in this case, I have to be honest, I never really was a huge fan of Orcish Bowmasters, but because of the way the game, the meta game is kind of shaken out, I want to play this card. It's just enough where they have to, exercise, a lot of, expensive resources, force of will. They're looking for swords, they're looking for things like that. They have to cast Terminus, things like that. So, that being said, just we'll try it. Vexing Baubles been great. What else am I seeing? I'm seeing a lot of going back to Wrath. I'm seeing that in the Euro decks now, the band style decks. I'm seeing a lot of Simic decks. Sultai decks, bug decks, things like that. So anyway, enough of me blabbing at you. Let's hop in real quick, see what's up. As far as mono red goes, I don't think I'd change much. I was kind of messing around with like Chandra. Even in this list, I had Duretti in there. Karn's really appealing because, of course, the Planeswalkers start to come out because they don't get hit by the Wrath decks. I hate to make it such a big deal, but it is kind of a pain in the balls when you're playing against that card. Quite frequently, it's kind of a. And if you start to see patterns, pay attention to patterns when you start to draw certain cards. You're seeing the guy sandbag things. Like there's always tells. And sometimes when you start to see them, Brain Surge is another card that's been very good for them. The Brain Surge card, but it's quite the deck. I've had some good games with them. Surgical also could be a card as well. I know I don't have one in my. As far as Bauble goes, it's a nombo, but Surgical is a great card to get swords out of the deck. So it's another thing. So I guess what I'm starting to play here. What's my turn to? I don't have one, so I'll hold off. I want to play around Daze. I think getting a Snaring Bridge against a time deck is really good. Fetching, all that bullshit. It's like a nice frog deck. Again, I'll play around. I'm going to thin my deck at this point, and I already have a Badlands in hand, so I'll just start with a Goblin Welder. Let's see what this. I know I'm the Stifle, my mix, shit like that. All types of cards here. I know I didn't fetch first, and let me fetch here response. I don't mind doing this. Stifle? Okay. Kind of a pause there, but that's alright. See what's up. See what kind of things going on. Oh, it's a nice, looks like it could be the energy deck all over again. Counter spell. So it is the energy deck, and that's fine. So this will be a good match. So I don't have to really worry about wheat. So they are playing counterspell. You guys see this? It's nuts. We'll let this go. And I'm not going to play Fable next turn. I'm going to play a little slow game. So he shuffles, which is fine. I'm worried about Brain Surge. I'm worried about Finagle or Bagel with Terminus. They play an Entreat in this deck. These guys love this stuff. My cat wants to hot mic. You guys haven't seen Mike earlier on the video. What's up, sweetie? Say hi. Alright, leave me alone. Hold back a little bit. I'm not going to play the Saga yet. And I'll tap out for a Fable, or I'll jam Fable next turn with a well, maybe not even the Saga here yet. We'll see. The other passing nothing right here. It's crazy, but we'll see. So they play a couple 1-mana cards too. There's more swords in their decks. There is, I just doubt this gets hit by counterspell. So again, Here comes a Wrath effect, whatever. So this is just enough for me right now. And I have a blast backup. It's kind of how the way you want to play this. So it's going to be a very grindy game. I mean, Entreat is definitely a card. And I might just pitch the bridge here. See what I draw. I'm going to pitch the Ensnaring Bridge here. I think it's worth it. I want to find a Bowie Boy. It'd be really nice. That card just gets a force alone. Right? I could do a land here too. He doesn't play Wasteland. This one too. Those are fine. Stop by attacking here. So if I commit with this Saga or an Engineer, he's going to want a Wrath. Alright? I'm just telling you guys. So I want to force the issue a little bit, and because I have so many blasts, I'm just going to try and take it easy. Take it easy. I talk about the Gerber baby food a lot. The only issue becomes a stupid ass Fourth of Aerolingus, which is just a bitch ass card. A card I don't really think about here, but a Yachi, I can't let that happen. So I'll use Pyroblast here. And I know I have. I mean, if this is post board, I'm always thinking about surgical effects here, but at 4 cards, I'm in a pretty good spot here at 4 cards. Then he goes to 2 cards, Force of Will. And this is a good place right here. This is a good spot to unleash an Engineer and then get a Dragon Engine. And this is really where the game starts to begin, is the, providing value for myself, protecting myself from all that could be. I've done things like this, pitch a bridge, where I'm like, damn, fucking turn like 10. It's like I could have used that. So again, like with Entreat, whatever, it could be an issue. So I'll dispatch an Engineer here, and he won't force to will it, and this will give me an opportunity to at least get Dragon Engine. Now I know a Skies is coming. I know a Skies is coming, and that's fine. I can rebuild this turn after here. I'll hold the Saga too. Now if I sense a hasty ponder right quick, looking for like an answer, I'll be more apt to blast that. And the only issue then becomes a 4th of Aerolingus, you know what I mean? It's like a 4th of Aerolingus is a slap to the, you know what? What's this? A ponder, a counter spell? Okay, so this means it looks like a Wrath or something he's trying to protect himself with, which is crazy. So he has counter spell on top. Oh, it's a 4th. Oh, what is this? A Wrath. Taking care of Fable here. Okay, so that's fine. You got it, pal. It's my tokens, which sucks, but whatever. So now he's just okay. There's another. You're gonna put a Wrath on top. Okay, so this is how this works. So now I might just put the Saga out here. He's got 3 cards now, and he has Counterspell in his hand, so he's gonna have Counterspell, Wrath, right? Now, because I have the Dragon Engine on my board, in my graveyard, I'm more. I mean, it's just a clear play to play Painter here. See if I can't catch this kid. Now, a really good Miracles player will play this game with you. So his draw step is now a Wrath. Now, if he has protection for Wrath here, it's pretty bad for me. Looks like he's got right here. Oh, what's this? A 4th of Aerolingus? For 5? Why are you doing that for so much? You're tapping out? You have 2 cards. That needs to be forced to will here, right? Okay, that's good. Oh, that's excellent. Alright, so I planned it well. I'll keep the Engineer for whatever. No Bowmaster yet, though. So this game gets more and more difficult as the games go on here. Jeez. I think I counter this. Terminus? Alright, so you had to do that? That's fine. Um, I'm just worried about a fetch land now. And I can get a bauble here, maybe? I'll get a grindstone, see how I feel. Um, I have to get grindstone. There's no reason not to here. I mean, Soul Guide Lantern, this is where the game begins again. It's like, what's his top deck? It's like, you know, like, is he gonna rip a fetch land? There's one more of these Mystic Sanctuaries floating around this guy's deck. I'm just gonna show this to the video too. Um, see what you have. He took Painter away from me already, so I'm gonna get a Painter. And let's go. So another Terminus gets me, and another board wipe does too. One card left. Still worried about a fetch land. There's a fetch land. So that equals all these cards again. So, and there's no problem with milling these bitch ass motherfuckers. All right, hand milling them and hit nice too. I want to draw Saga, but he can get another Wrath. So either I draw it to Saga here, or I play my land drop. I think it's better that I draw to Saga and force him to put that on top, and he will put that on top. So let me sandbag that. He's gonna put Wrath on top, and if I draw a Painter, it's good too. So in a Simian Spirit Guide, that does not win me the game. I'm gonna hold the Vexing Bauble. Oh fuck. So he's gonna put a Wrath on top here. So let's see what happens here. He's gonna have to do that. Oh, you know what? I could have fucking milled it. I'm bad. All right, see what he does. It's okay. I swear to God, I played Magic before. Nothing yet, huh? Maybe he doesn't have one. I could have hand milled that. That might be. I know better, and I'm still talking to you guys. So I think he has one more left in his deck. Okay, look at that. 29 cards. I could draw a card here, so it's fine. Okay, so we target counterspell? He has counterspell on his deck. I could draw a card off Bauble here, or I could play Chaos to file it too. I still have mana for that. Oh, he can't. Yeah, he can. He's gonna cast counterspell or swords. He's gonna cast counterspell. I'll let that resolve. See what he does with it. See what he does with Snap first. Target Force of Will. Okay. Is he in treat? So I'll keep up a manual grind here, and I'm gonna hold my Saga too. So I think he has one more Mystic Sanctuary in his graveyard in his deck. Or did I mill it? You know, fuck you. You know, these kids, they shuffles. They never miss. They never miss. There's the swords. These pieces of shit. I'm sorry. I can't really afford to mill him here. I'm gonna drop this Chaos Defiler. Kiss my ass. So worried about it. Fuck it. I'm just so worried about a fucking Wrath. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hold this again still. Plus, I know he has that one Mystic Sanctuary, I think, in his deck as well. Let's see if he puts it on top. See, he's been playing around me not realizing this the whole time. And he's putting Wrath in his Alright, I hit it. See if we draw. You fucking asshole. Yeah. I'm gonna mill that. I can't because I have grindstones in the yard now, so. Alright, that's 0 cards. See this shit? I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I can't. I just can't make it up. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I told you I didn't play my Saga for a reason. And guess what's coming down right now? A fucking ape at 2-2 fucking ape is gonna happen. And this kid's gonna love every fucking waking minute of this. And it's gonna be a screenshot. And after the screenshot, so that's all his sanctuaries, right? That's all. That's a fucking riot. All his sanctuaries, right? Hey, this board. I didn't play my Saga for a reason. I'm like, oh, if the kid draws a Wrath. It's always the case. Wrath disguise. There's fucking there's 7 copies of Wrath. There's 7 copies of Terminus. Okay? You understand these things. This Snapcaster Mage. Alright? This Mystic Sanctuary shit is nuts. Alright? And I guarantee this kid plays 4th of the Erlingus too, you know what I mean? If I had Surgical, I'd bring it in. I wish I did. Because that would be Surgical in his swords. It's really good. Surgical is really good against control decks. So let's bring this in. I'm not going to bring in Needle for Jace. It's just not worth it. I have to keep in Bridge, which sucks. Fury's a really good card here, believe it or not. Let me just cut some Shafe. Soulbanger is really good. Guide is bad. It's good because it beats in, but I just can't have it. I'm just going to cut the Shafe. The Shafe, boy. I almost want to cut a land, but I don't want to do that. Like, I'm just still kind of like... Chaos Defiler is kind of extra here. It's not a bad card, though. I can hardcast that. Let me cut a Bridge. I don't know if I want to play that game with him. I really wish I brought Surgical on my deck. This hand's fine. He's going to 6. This hand's fine. I mean, believe me, he doesn't get much better than this in Painter. But I look at a hand like this, and I'm like already on turn 7, and I'd like to see, like, I don't know, like Baubles are really good here. More Blasts are really good. 3rd Painter just doesn't do it for me. There's a reason to play out Badlands there for sure. These guys are playing one mana spell snares. They're playing, you know, so no white yet. I won't even fight over this card if it happens. So. If he goes to ponder here, I might have to hit it. So this is a spot where, like, okay, so I don't usually hit cantrips out of these guys, but this is a situation where looking for white mana, or you could just be faking it. So I'm going to use my mana here because I have plans on doing something different. Hopefully, draw another one of my 7 blasts. So I think this is a fair trade for a card here. So there's no white yet, which is spectacular, and he needs double white for Wrath, right? So there's no reason not to play it this way. So because now he could have Terminus, but he doesn't have Terminus here, so I'll just play Engineer. I'm gonna get a Dragon Engine here, and go from there. They could have Surgical and shit. What's the card I'm looking for here? Okay. Putting a Ponder on top, I would imagine. Still no white. So it's correct to blast there. Okay. I'll leave up double hit. So if you fetch away that Terminus, which is really good. So I could play another Painter here if I draw lands. So you have a Brainstorm plus Terminus. Oh, that's good. All right. It's like the Gerber baby food with the kids. You know what I mean? Little kids. Little kids. Take them. Come here. It's like my kitten. I love my kitten. Put them on your back and your shoulder like this. You know, get the little burping cloth. Just keep getting it out of them. You know what I mean? Crack the fucking cap on the Gerber baby food. Get the spoon. Spoon feed them. Little bits at a time. What's up, killer? Meow! Meow! If you ever saw a Hellion, this is it. Wakes me up. She'll be all over the keyboard if I don't watch it. I mean, how do you not keep a hand like this? It's just so good. It's not even that good, it's just good enough. Oh, it's so bad. I'm gonna try it. Like it's a trap. Usually when you see hands like this, it's a trap. And all in all, he's on the play. So if I was in the play here, I'd start with Soul Bad Lantern probably. I always like getting that on board. Okay. See if I can't rip, I don't know, a Greedy Simian Spirit guy would be nice. I don't know. That's a good one. I always like starting with this first. I just can't. I got a Fate of Thoughtseize here. Okay, so it's a nice blue-black deck. Frog sucks here. Wasteland's kind of weak. Wasteland's fine, I guess, if he doesn't want to cast a Frog. Um, comes up. I'm gonna jam the Painter, I think, here for sure, and that does not give me activation. But if I draw Blast, it's pretty good here. Um, if I draw a Goblin Welder here, it's a decision for Goblin Welder. I mean, I will play Goblin Welder if I draw it. That way, there any kind of Thoughtseize or anything, he does not shuffle at 5 cards. So I'm sure there's some kind of interaction here, whether it be Force of Will, Daze. Um, oh, oh boy. Let me play Painter here. He shuffled. He did not shuffle. I'm gonna play Painter. It's sorcery speed here. Okay, there's a Force of Will. That's fine. And I'm gonna fetch, get around Stifle. These guys play Stifle sometimes. Um, and let's see what happens here. What do you throw away? Oh, so it's fucking Doomsday, and I didn't realize it. Okay. The Grindstone's my best card here. I'm gonna cycle Soul God Lantern if I can. Yeah. The One Ring? Oh, cool. Yeah, buddy. Oh, I should have given it. I flashed this in now. My fault. I haven't played with Bowmaster in a while, so sorry, guys. Maybe I could have played that differently. I don't even know. I don't care either. Okay, you got 3 cards. 2 cards now. Just a Dark Ritual. Doesn't matter. Doomsday. Wouldn't be surprised. All right, so Grindstone's my best card, and with a ring out, it's really good. So he goes to. It's fucking hilarious. It really is. It's pretty cool, actually. I can't complain. Um, let's see how he stacks it. I like to watch this here. We already have one Force of Will down. Okay, buddy. He has protection, right? So I just can't. So the decision becomes how did he put the Dasa right on top, or is he gonna go for a card deeper here? Let's see what he does. If he draws a card here, if he goes to draw a card here, I have to mill him. And then he has an Earth, which is fine. I think I just have to draw. I have to kill him here. Try to kill him. Okay, there's a Thassa. There's two of them. So I got both of them. And you have no cards, and you're going to draw with the ring on the stack. Sick. Alright, game. Word up, son. You know yourself. Here comes Kitty. She has to say hi to me. My kitty. Alright, like Blood Moon's fine. I'm fucking laughing. I love this shit, dude. You have no idea. I love it. I don't know Bowmaster. You guys play Bowmaster with these guys? Pretty good card, right? Fable's is weak. Bobble's fine. Mindbreak Trap's a card too. I gotta bring in. And I will cut this. On the draw. Cut that card on the draw. This card's good. Let me cut one. Let me cut one here. I saw the Unearth. And I saw Teferi too. I'm just gonna cut. I'll cut an engineer here. Let me cut two of these. It could be worth two of those here. I know he has term. Some of these guys board into a more like reactive deck. It's like a bunch of removal and stuff, but I can't keep this in. I can't keep it. It just doesn't do it for me. If I had a mountain, I'd keep it, but I have one, but I mean it's a 3-drop here. I need better cards. Uh, oh, I love it. I'm dying over here, bro. He's going to. He kept on 7, right? Okay. What do they do? Do they play cards to kill Saga here? Because I'm just going to jam a Grindstone turn 1 here. It's fine. That's a good card. If this Grindstone resolves, I'm going to get a Mock. I kept Mox Opal in, right? Okay, it's excellent. I can try. I have all I need right now, basically, in regards. And I'm gonna try to get that Mox Opal online. I know that there's Force of Will involved, all that shit, but got a pal. Now, if I draw a mountain next turn, it'd be very interesting to see how I play this. Um, there's always one turn that's major. Does not shuffle. Please don't make it difficult for me. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna pass turn here, and I think creatures will be good enough. Um, even a Bauble's really good. But these guys can work around Cavern of Souls type shit here too. So I know he's gonna force the will. I'm almost guaranteeing it. So, and if I draw something hot next turn, I can go for a Bauble here and resolve a Painter. If I draw a Tomb, can I win next turn? I can't, right? If I draw a Tomb, I can win, right? Or a piece of fast meat. I'm gonna get a. Um, There's a big decision point here. I'll talk it out, I guess. He has protection, so my combat really doesn't matter this turn, so it's kind of a time walk for him. So if I make a creature, I have some fatties on the board, right? And I can get Mox Opal, have Red Source, play Saga, leave up Pyroblast, right? Either I get a Needle here, or I get a ball, or I get a Mox Opal. I think Mox Opal is my best bet. Um, I just need to get a Mox. I might have to lean towards combat here a little bit. And with a manual grind here, he's going to have Doomsday next turn if he does. And then he's a land drop. I have Mindbreak Trap. I don't have red. So if I needle the ring, it does hurt him a little bit. I don't really have a play after that. I think I'm going to lean towards combat, even though he does play Terminus. And I like having mana because I have to build my mana. Either way, I think Mox Opal feels good just because of Pyroblast. So I'm not even going to think about it too much. I could, but and if I start drawing lands and shit, it's kind of a weird game here. I just feel like if I just jam a Painter, I lose, right? I'm going to have to rely on. I know he plays Terminus, but I could name Needle here. Right, let me get Mox Opal. I need him to go for it, kinda, and then because of my hand here too, it's pretty good. I can't imagine this guy keeping Terminus on the top here. Okay, he's got a full grip of cards in his hand now. A Doomsday here brings him to what? I mean, Terminus sucks here. Maybe I shouldn't let the Brainstorm resolve, but I think it's fine. Um, I'm waiting for another Soul Lane. I only have Tombs. I don't have City Traders in this deck as well. I'm kind of like, just like I have enough where I'm just kind of sitting here. Like, again, if you think about it too much, like I could have put a Painter on the board. Like, if he has Terminus here, it sucks, but maybe it's a reason to play Painter next turn. And, I know he plays Swords and shit. You know what I mean? So that was his first spell cast this turn. See what happens. I think he has a Terminus on top. And if he doesn't have a Terminus anywhere, I think it's just not right. That's just not right to play Painter right now. Or even make a creature for that matter. So I'm going to hold all this. So if I attack him, brings him to 9, and then I can win the following turn. So there's no expediency in making a token here. So I bring him to 7. If I don't make a token, I bring him to 9. I just think I don't think I make a token. It doesn't feel correct. I feel like he's trying to get me to commit. That's fine. Let's see what he does. Let me see what he does with attacks first. I just don't think it's right to run this into a Terminus. Here comes a card. Now there's a reason to play Painter and be able to try to like counter something here. Swords. I'm trying to think. Like I have enough going on where I don't need to play Painter into a Terminus. Am I really that worried about Terminus though? I might be. I mean, I can Pyroblast a Doomsday. I'm gonna pass. I'm not even gonna think about it. Well, no Terminus. Um, I can make a creature here float all that bullshit. I'm not going to do that. So I do have Needle in my deck. Um, and I feel like the way he's playing a little bit here, I could Needle his ring at this point. I'm looking at his graveyard. He's a Lotus Petal in there, so if I play Welder, I can also weld out that thing. Um, my mind break trap is active now. If I can attack his Teferi, but we'll see how all this goes. I think it's worth it to needle the ring here, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna make a creature. I'm not thinking too much about this. I'm just playing what I feel is the best for me to win the game. So I'll needle the ring here. Um, he's taking 3 right now. It's really good. I don't care about this right now. There's a Teferi behind my head, but like, so far playing Painter hasn't been the right decision because of all the Force of Wills, the swords, and the bounce. So it's right not to play Painter, in my opinion, throughout all this. It's right to just grind him a little bit. So Force of Will, exiling, you consider. I can't fight back over that. And so now if he has an answer for the token, it's kind of shitty for me, but he's still taking 3 at this turn. So he's at 5 now. So like cycling Street Wraith is kind of off the table a little bit. Of course. Okay. Yeah, you have 3 cards. Is it Doomsday? Or what is this? I don't know. This card is so fucking stupid. This is how I lose because of this shit. I need a Pyroblast here. And you gain 2 life? That's such a shame. I'm gonna name White. I don't see Veil Summer, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna still name. Oh, I should have kept that maybe because of Terminus. He would if he Terminus is fine, I guess. I'm gonna name Blue, I guess. Am I name Blue yet? I didn't see any Veil. Blue turns on Force of Will, but I think with a Pyroblast, I have to kill this guy. I have to kill Pyroblast. I have to kill. That. So. Oh, you know what? I can attack him. He has to block here, right? He has to block. Oh, you have a fucking swords, man. Oh, he can ponder instant speed? That's so gross. What's he do with it? Oh, he gains 2 life too, right? Shuffles. Oh, he found swords. It's such a beating. Oh, did you find swords off that? Love to know. This is how I lose now. I need to be able to find grindstones. Is it 3 now? And he gains 2 life? He's still losing a life per turn, right? Oh, gains a bunch of life here. He found swords off that ponder, I think, off the shuffle. And he found swords. So this is a tough game for me. You know, considering how I'm playing it, it's just a tough game. I gotta kill Teferi too at some point. I can hardcast this if I find my Lotus Petal. Ugh, fucking irritating. Five cards in hand. Oh, he's cycling Doomsday? Okay. Oh, what just happened? What just happened? Did I bug out just now? I think I just fucking bugged out. I don't even know what happened. I thought it was my turn for some reason. I thought it was end of his turn last turn. Okay, so he has new the Doomsday here. Yeah. Okay, good game. So Consign of Memories in this deck too. Prismatic Ending, Dark Ritual, One Ring. I mean, I guess these cards are pretty good, but I just it amazes me like when the cards come together, exactly the right time. So, um, um, Let's see, it's good. I have to go YOLO here. Right. And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. I still have a blast, so it's good. I have interaction here. I have to go YOLO here. I know Lotus Petal gets me here, but this could be enough. And he's going to 6 too, so that's really good. Good. Hopefully it's good enough. I mean, if I see Dismember out of this deck, I'll die. Now, Lotus Petal sucks, but I have 2 blasts for Teferi here. Yeah. Fucking card. It's kind of a necessary evil. You'd be surprised how good this card comes in handy, like in counter wars and shit. But Teferi's really good. I've had luck with this card. It's better than a Fable the Mirror Breaker. I'll tell you that. That's great. That's so good here. This is such a good card. I would not mind a Painter. Really good here. I know he has a Lotus Petal someplace. What's this? Yeah, it's good. Painter's really good here. He has Terminus in his deck too. I'm not too worried about that right now. I think it's better off I just play it like this. I will take a Blood Moon in Painter all day. It's a necessary evil. I'm not a huge fan of Blood Moon, but it helps. And I know it's a cheese win. It's a cheese win, just like fucking, Children. Gain 2 life. Work myself out of that one. I play Blood Moon, big deal. But it's good because Painter's not a Blood Moon deck. It is kind of, but like it's not like a prison deck. It's like, okay, well we'll play Blood Moon too. People ask about Magus, Blood Moon, all that shit. Like that's why I split. Like if Eldrazi didn't run Dismember all the time, I'd be all Blood Moon. I mean all Magus, but they run Dismember. So like it's good to have Blood Moon stay there. I know it gets hit too, but I just like a split. Right now I like a split. But Magus is good particularly for Doomsday and things like that, so um I'm gonna mull this hand. I think it's not I mean I don't know. I'm on the draw. I mean, this is kind of a mulligan anyway, and I have so many lands. I'm gonna mull this hand. I mean, I don't know. Do I? I don't know what I do with this hand. I think it's a mulligan, but at the same time, I'm on the draw, and he's mulling too. I'm gonna keep it. Fuck it. It's a bad keep. I will try it. I'm on the draw. I mean, I don't have to worry about lands. If I draw another land, it's not good. But I mean, if it's a slower deck, I can cast this. If it's a blue deck, I have this. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind a red blast to solidify everything. So let's see what he's up to. Toon deck, bad. Chalice on one. So could be Painter. Cool. Welder. Oh, that's good. I'll just get away from. I think a Painter deck could lose this one. Or maybe not. We'll see. Karn? Ah, it's a Forge deck. You got it. So this is one of my tougher matchups. Oh, Welder's so good here. Ugh. I think Welder's too strong here. I mean, if what's better, the One Ring or this? I think this is higher upside just because I have Chaos Defiler 2, 3, 4 in my deck as well. So if he has Lotus Petals and he wants to sack Lotus Petals, I can eventually weld this out. It's kind of a play here, but they're pretty good with this stuff. As far as sideboard goes, I'm pretty weak to this deck. That's why I like having Mindbreak Trap in my deck. What's this? Paradox Engine. So Needle will come in. I'll bring in like Magus and Mindbreak Trap, which is kind of a weak card, but like it's just a weak matchup. I have no Abrades in this deck, huh? Oh, cool. Sure, you got it. Now what? Is it like that? Okay. One card. I won't shuffle yet. I'll play the Badlands. I mean, I could ping this kid to death. It could happen. I could have played Bowmaster. Had I known this guy was going to go deep like this, it would have been a better play, right? I was thinking of welding out Chaos Defiler and shit, so. I have to hit myself, right? Um, Or do I hit the creature? I haven't played a Bowmaster in a while. I don't think it fucking matters. Does this thing die before the trigger hits? I don't even know. Sorry, I haven't played with it a lot. He has protection with the ring. I can't ping him. What do you got, buddy? You're at 6. Now what? You're at 4. So is this another Kozilek's return? Looks like it might be. So I think if I blow this up, it's pretty good for me, right? And then he has the ring, which is good too, but I can't. He's writing to me right now. I'm gonna cast a Bowmaster into his thing here. Nice, huh? Counter that real quick. You're at 3 now? What's this? You need another ring here, basically. That helps. You got protection here, that's fine. Okay. I'm surprised you play this in your deck. Must be a 1-of. He goes to 1 here. Oh, no? So all his free spells are free, right? They're gone. Like, he has a ball. Oh, he has a bauble out, right? Magus on the play, on the draw. Needle, bring that in. I might want to go hard on Blast because a Painter is like one of my few ways to deal with this stupid shit. Um, Bobble's pretty good. Let me just start trimming some stuff down. This card is really bad. I just think it's terrible. These guys are very fast. Um, and Soulbanger is kind of a weak card here. Let me cut Chaos to Father. I mean, Chaos to Father is like my one answer to like all this bullshit. I think I can trim. I think I can trim a couple engineers because Goblin Welder is pretty good with the reciprocity shit. So, Needle gets a whole bunch of shit. Manifold Key, Soul Guide Lantern in case he has a Fat Eldrazi. Baubles really good hits all his free artifacts. I don't know how. I assume he plays 4 Mox Opal, 4 Lotus Petal. All the blast because I want to resolve Painter and stop blasted shit. Bowmaster is fine. Welder, like I said, is reciprocal. Engineer gets shit in the graveyard. Fast Man is fine. Magus is good because I'll play Sagas and get beaten down with tokens. Bridge is just a necessity. I can get lucky with a Mind Break Trap, and Chaos to Father gets me out of some bullshit. So we'll see what's up. Dotty dotty. Oh boy. I wish he mulled. I'll keep it. See how deep he goes. Sure. Oh boy. So this shuts off the Raker, right? So he can't create tokens. I just need fucking Grindstone. My card's killing me. This card's gonna kill me. I wish it wasn't that. So got it. I'll blast the Saga too. Fuck. You got it. Come on, something small, please. Just like a fucking stupid card. Fuck, he has a kill spell for Painter. I really wish this didn't happen. It's fine, because I can cast another Painter. So he draws a card here. And his last spell could be a fine one here, which is he's going to have 3 cards in hand at this point. I'm going to have to blast the Saga here. I hate to do it, though. Either he played around Mind Break Trap last turn very well, or he just doesn't have shit. So, how about this? I kill a Saga. I think it's the bright play here, and hopefully he doesn't have much after this. So, okay, let's see what he has. He didn't cast any more spells off of the mana he had. He could have like untapped shit. So, let's hope he doesn't have much. That's my hope here. Another Kozilek's return? Sure. Come on, let me untap. Painter, please. Yeah, that happened. All right, you have 0 cards in hand. 0 cards in hand. I'll get Grindstone here. Great draw. Great draw. Probably the best in the deck. Or except for a 2. Let's see if this kid has a fucking a fatty in his deck. I should have attacked. I didn't attack. It's fine. Games. GG's, buddy. Good games. Got lucky game 1, but told you Mind Break Trap ain't nothing. I'm telling you right now. Mind Break Trap ain't nothing. Card saves balls. I'm telling you, it does. I mean, if I didn't have it, imagine I could have a 1 ring on the board. So I guess you can kind of play to their like board state. Like if they have a 1 ring, like in the drawing cards, they get taking like bolting themselves every fucking turn. Like Bowmasters ain't a bad card. Karn's really good against that deck. Karn. If I'm playing mono red, it's usually just like Bobble's not bad. Mindbreak Trap's not bad. Painter with Blast isn't bad. Things like that. But of course, if you're running Karn, Karn is great. So I'm seeing more of the style deck because of the way the metagame, like colorless decks. Painter's doing work this time around. It's shutting off Eldrazi and it's shutting off that card particularly as far as colorless spells go. It names it's colored, so they're not getting the pings and they're not getting the tokens to ramp. So Magus the Moon isn't a bad card there due to the fact that on the draw. Um, it hits an Urza Saga pretty well. Urza Saga is a tough card to beat with them. Tokens just get ginormous. All right, this hand's phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's not phenomenal. I mean, when I get given a good hand like this, it's not really that good. But um, this Dragon Ninja, I can't mull it. If it's a blue version, it's pretty good for me. It's just a D&T version. Um, Bowmasters is really good here. Uh, I'll end up cycling that. Hopefully I can draw into like just stopping the draw step there, which is telling me it could be something different. What's this card? Oh, sweet. Pro black and pro red. When it enters, exile all cards that are black or red from graveyards. If a black or red permanent spell or card not on the battlefield will be put in the yard, exile it instead. So the card's pretty good in this matchup, I have to say. I'm going to get away from Bowmasters here a little bit. I want to keep my mana strong and see what's up. I can get a Painter here, right? Let me just make sure I read this card 3 times. So when it enters, it hits, and then if a black or red permanent spell or card. Let me see what's in my deck. I have Painters, and I have an Ensnaring Bridge, which I'm not interested in. I'll just get a Painter and go. This way here, I can weld it in, all types of. Oh, I should have got the Black Source. Fuck it. I'll find one. There's a Chaos Defiler. I just don't want to get wasted here. I have a feeling there's a Wasteland floating around. Kind of a shame. It's alright. Support. Okay. This thing is what now? So he's got pro red here. I still think the red source was good enough. I'll find one. If I can draw cards, get whack all types of shit. So. I need a land there. I didn't get one. Ah, boy. This kid's smart. He will port me first, and then Swords Painter. So if he port me first, it's really good. And I think he knows that. There's a Wasteland. I told you there was a Wasteland hanging out. Port me first. I can float a red, though, and then he'll go to my second mini phase. So. He has a solitude. If he wants to use a solitude, he can. Okay. He can. That's a fine draw, though. I'll take it all day. This will give me opportunities to draw cards and shit. I get out of like removal spell range and shit, so it's really nice. And then if I just am able to rip in a mountain or engineer can get me bridge here. Of course, it could have got me Chaos Defiler and Phyrexian Dragon Engine, but of course we see that I couldn't get Defiler because it's a black or red permanent. This is such rookie shit. Like it is. Okay, what are you gonna do with that? You hit that. Okay. Uh. Okay, that's a waste of a card. Um. So now I can get Grindstone, and you can't solitude. So you can attack me. Let me draw a land, please. I think I deserve it, God. Like I really do. I think it's very warranted here. Please, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's still good. I'll take it. I can play engineer here. Um, I think with the double weld here, I can get. I mean, if I play engineer, I can get a grindstone on board. It's really good. Um, I'll go for this. I'll go for a grindstone here, just because I have two hits here. I'm gonna get a grindstone. That's the right play. I was thinking about playing painter there, but it's a little too cute. Okay. So you probably get a lion sash here and play it, which would be fucking great for me. Um, and the problem is if I had one Skyclave apparition, you're at two cards now. And you're gonna port me. I could bring in a painter and block here. I'm not gonna. You're gonna port me here. Can I catch him? I can probably catch him without using this. He has a Skyclave. I think I can catch this guy. What's he gonna use here? Yeah, I can catch him. Let's catch him. He's gonna wanna hard cast this thing. Let's see what happens. So you have Skyclave apparition in your hand. You're gonna want to hit Grindstone. Comes this guy. What are you doing with that? I can swap in and out here. I was gonna bring in Painter there, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna catch his ass in a second here. He's gonna try to port me. Get the 0 card. He's got 2 cards in the hand. So with the port on the stack here, and if you have Solitude this whole time, I'll be upset. It's all the same shit. It's all D&T stuff. All right, good game. All right, Fury comes in. I'll leave in Bowmaster here. Needle's really good. Bowmaster's excellent. I'll cut the Red Blast. It's really bad against this deck. It's not the greatest. Got a couple of these anyway. That brings me to 60 cards right here, guys. Pretty fucking good. Blast is fine. You don't want to cut too many red cards for your Furies. And there's nothing else I really want. Maybe the second bridge, which I'd hate to cut Chaos Defiler for, but it might be a shot. I can cut. I think that Bauble might be better than. I think a second bridge might be better. I don't know how much I like that. I kind of like the Bauble here, even though I have Furies in my deck. I still think I have to keep this hand, even though it's fucked up. I have to keep this hand. This is such a good hand. I'll find ways to get this out. The problem with this deck too is a lot of times you see goblins in your opener. It's really good. File sucks. It's one of the worst cards to see here. Oh, that's another terrible card. I'm gonna jam a Fable and Airbreaker next turn. So when you see like goblins, like get all excited, but like they have a lot of interaction for that stuff. Okay. So he has 1 white now, and I might have to go towards my token here. What do you have? A mom? That's tough for me. Now Needle can name a lot of his stuff here, so it's really good. Hey, you gotta watch out for Wrath Disguise too. He has so many vials out. Um, fucking A. All right. You could draw cards here. I'll just pass here. So you can put a Urion in his hand here and cast it off Vial. See if he does. If you see if he draws a land here. I know he has a Cauldron in his hand. All right, good game. So end step here, I could weld out this for not one artifact in my yard, which I don't have, which is scary because I thought I did. Um, I don't have an artifact. If you guys have bolts in your deck too, you can always bolt this thing. It's a really cool idea. You can bolt it and then weld it back in. So that was kind of weird. I got kind of lucky with that, I guess. Let's play another one. Yeah, I had no artifacts. Interesting. Thought I did. Sorry. It was favorable for me anyway. I mean, if you drew a land, you could put Yuri on his hand, cast it, kill two things would have been nice. Probably get probably this comes in, hit Painter, which would have given me an artifact in my yard for welding. And you can blink this and get um, something different, like really good. I don't know, Skycleave. I don't think it mattered. I think I was very favored anyway. So. Let's see what happens. Match 5 here. Not bad. The deck feels good. Bowmaster feels good. Um, I've used it pretty strongly so far. I think it's been pretty clutch. No complaints really. Painter. I mean, the deck really feels just the same. I don't think there's much that's going to get changed. Um, the format's just so wide open between like Eldrazi, Grixis, blue white control, Death and Taxes, Storm, all this shit. So I just think the core of Painter, the more you try to tweak it to one end, is just bad. So I tried no sagas, 2 sagas. I like 4 sagas is still good, half the time correctly. Little bits and pieces at the time. 4 Fable, whatever, I think is great. You can write, I just think I cut down to 1 Great Furnace because of the fact, but, which I think is correct. So. You have to give me these hands. This guy's usually a Grixis control guy. See what he's up to now. Oh, nice. Scrubby deck. Thoughtseize. You can take one of my baubles. It'll be a Esper deck or something here. Probably takes a Fable, the Mirror Breaker. He might not because he has Wasteland maybe. We'll see what kind of deck it is. It's usually a really good deck for me. Not for me, but that's a good draw. If I get wasted, I'll get really upset. I can't imagine him not playing Wasteland here. And that's going to be the make or break decision here. Because I'll be playing this, I can cycle it and find a land drop, which is really tasty. So I'll go for a Badlands here. Fuck it. Alright, no Force of Will. So that's good. Just takes a lot of feeling off of it. Okay. Blue deck, sick. You got a Stoneforge Mystic, or a Frog, yeah. So this is good. See this fucking setup? It's mint. Mint. ZB dazes me. forgot about Wrath of the Skies. If he has it in the deck, I lose. Yeah, I forgot about this card in his deck. I just didn't play around it. Oh, it's the Ferry. Thank God. Not thinking about this card. And it's gonna be in his deck too, so I'm almost 100% sure of it. Maybe. I mean, it's a frog deck, so I can only imagine. What's the other card that was black and white? Pest control. So from now on, I'm not gonna dispatch like this. It's so bad, so bad. Like it's just such a bad. Instead of playing this one, I should have cycled this one instead. Got deeper. I just think that playing all my spells out like that's just really bad. So. I will bring in Blood Moon with this guy. Um, I'll bring in all 4 cards here. I'll bring in the Blood Moons. I'll bring in Blasts. I'll probably start trimming stuff like. Let me see. I mean, I don't want to overboard. Like, I think too many Furies is overboarding, so I do think Bowmaster is exceptional. I'm going to definitely bring in these 2 cards. And I'll bring in Blood Moon over Magus, I think, because they can float white, shit like that. So, main deck, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Main deck, I'll probably start trimming. I don't know what to trim. I'll trim like the Shape. I'll trim out like Lotus Petal, Mox Opal. Like a shave of Fable the Mirror Breaker. I'll shave. I mean, I would imagine he's playing Bowmaster too. I could shave a Welder. What else? Depends. It depends on where I want to find them. A guy like this will fetch out basics post board, so it's kind of difficult. So I think that 4 Bowmaster in this deck might be too much. It's a good card. It might be worth it. We'll see how I feel. I could cut some baubles. Even though baubles is really strong, I'm not going to play the, oh, well, if he counters it, guys are bringing Hydroblast. They have a lot of removal post board. So, like, bauble is really good, but it's not like, oh, well, if I have bauble out, he can't do this. The only time that's really good is if you play a bauble and then you have a Blood Moon follow-up and he doesn't have a blue up for, like, Hydroblast. But sometimes that's the case where they just have that, you know what I mean? So. Still kind of hanging out here. What else is in my deck I can cut? Soul Guide Lantern I could probably trim. I don't think this is too much of a reanimate deck. Ridge is fine. So I'll have 1 Soul Guide Lantern Fable, two artifacts, the Mox Opal and the 3 artifacts: Mox Opal, Lotus Petal, Soul Guide Lantern, Fable. That's 4 cards to trim. I can cut a Welder, that's 5. So I can bring in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like a couple of these. So I need to find some more room here. Ugh. Still waiting on the guy. I don't know what's up, but I'm not gonna say a thing. We're gonna hang out, just watch this all happen, right? As long as it takes. Sorry for the downtime when it gets like this. I mean, I can play music and shit, but I'm not gonna do that. Just kind of wait for a guy. That's all. So far, it's been pretty good with this card. I think this card's got a pretty good leg up with the blue-white control deck too. I think it's as far as adding something just enough to the board every time. I think it's just a perfect card. They draw in so many cards, and between like Terminus and Swords, they only run like 4 swords. So I mean, Snapcaster Mage, yeah, but I think this card is pretty strong right now in Painter. And I'd like to know some like pretty cool black cards too to put in with it. I know I was looking at like stupid shit like Infinite Obliteration, which is like one and double black. That like you can name a card and like search their library in hand for a certain card, like Wrath or something. I just don't think it's worth it. But any kind of black cards, I mean, like Opposition Agent's pretty neat. But I just don't know if that card's worth a slot. I do think this is worth a slot still. The metagame's wide open. I'd like to have a Surgical in here as well. If there's anything I would do, would probably cut the Ensnaring Bridge and add a Surgical. Surgical versus blue white is so strong. Like to be able to get like a Swords or whatever, like even like look at their hand is so good. Surgical is really good, especially. I mean, yeah, you discard out, but one Surgical, two Surgical is like really nice. I know Reanimator's floating around too. Always been kind of a ley line guy when it comes to red black, particularly. But when it's kind of like a variation, I think that if you're gonna run ley line, run 4. Like if you feel ballsy enough, run 3. But I think ley line is strictly for like Reanimator, like or like an Echo deck. It's heavy on graveyard, so I don't think it's really warranted right now. I know some guys are having luck with it, but I just think Surgical is really strong, things like that. So. What else? Fury's still fucking great. Fury's still a really good card. Lot of matchups, so Fury's really good. Death and Taxes is kind of morphed into a more of a less of a linear deck, more or less, if that's the word for it. Like they have the Flash guy, which is a dog. They have the new card that kills lands. The enchantment removal stuff. I mean, there's a lot of like it's still the same feel, but I think there's more like heavy hitting bullets, and if you can play it well, it's really good. Whereas it was like Mom, Stoneforge Mystic, Skycleave Apparition, all the stuff in between. It's just a different feel nowadays. So. What else do I see? I'm seeing like blue white like Bant builds, like splashing red for like Fourth of Aerolingus, Tameo, like lists with like Tameo in it, Frog of course. Frog is in all these lists, like maybe a couple Tameo. So far the scariest deck I've faced is blue white control, and it's only because I don't see them brick. Like they don't brick like they should. Like I feel like they just don't brick. You know what I mean? So if they bricked, if they just draw like with 0 cards in hand, if they just don't draw Ponder, or if they don't draw like, because you get through it all, and then it's like all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm in a spot where I can get turn the corner, but it's like no, it's that one sword's off that one draw step or whatever it is. And then once you get them to a spot where you can turn the corner, and it's not like you're ahead, it's just like a spot where you feel like you can turn the corner. If that one draw step is dead, that's when you can win the game. But I find like with these decks, it's like, oh my fucking god, like you just drew that, like that's after all of this, like that, you know. And it's fine. I mean, we're all entitled to top decks, but like after you've got through so much, and I'm not talking like you're committing enough, but they're just like the power level the cards are churning out and continually destroying your stuff, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean? So it reminds me of kind of like the Jeskai list, where it's like back when they were running like Narset and Teferi, and you always had to leave up room for like the Planeswalker on turn 3. This is before 4th and all that stuff. Like, if you could turn that corner after getting through all the fighting, like all like the counterspell wars, the negotiating, the figuring out what they have, like you have to figure it all out. Once you figure it all out, it's like if they just miss one draw step, it's all it takes to get out of it, you know, because you've worked so hard, you can win the game. But that's why I'm having trouble with blue-white. It's like, you know, just figuring out what's up and then going from there. So. Oh, I got him? I'll take it. I thought the kid was being slow. All right, so I guess that was a trophy, but not really. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll take it though. And it would have been nice to show that game because of the fact that weird. Uh, the fact that that deck there, I could have boarded in Blood Moon, played around that. Showed you guys what like Bauble can do on the play if I decided to keep on 3 Bauble main deck. How many Bowmasters I wanted in, like there's kind of a finagle bagel there, so kind of a shame. I played against him many times, but anyway, um, kind of funny. But I like the way the deck feels. It's a pretty good league. Can't complain. Um, what am I going to do in the future? I just feel like people are asking about mono red to me, and I'm like, I love mono red. I always be a mono red guy, no matter what happens. I don't care. Like I'll still play it if it's bad, and it'll never be bad. But I just like mono red painter. So like I just feel like sometimes when I go to play, I feel like some lists are just stale. I was telling Callum this. Like I just feel like lists are. I just feel like it's stale. Like just mono red with just the regular stuff I've been playing. But like every now and then, it's good to tweak out play patterns. You know what I mean? So I'll probably stick with it, and I'll be playing some mono red and figure it out. I don't think the list is going to change much. I think one Great Furnace maybe. So maybe some board cards. Anyway, nice to hang out with you guys. Hope you guys are doing well, and I love you guys and keep being safe. Me and Godiva are going to hang out, have a few beers later, and chill. All right, I'll catch you guys next time.